Hi, I just want to preference this before the video starts. You will hear me say an offensive slur in this video, but it's not out of hatred or anything. I'm just reading it from the thing for context. I don't mean anything by it. So don't freak out, because normally I don't say that word, but I feel like it needed the context, so I had to say it in this video in particular. So yeah, just fair warning, and don't cancel me, please. So, I was watching this Mr. Beard video, and he was kind of talking about, how Christianity can be with certain things, at least in the intro, and he showed this picture, and I saw this website on the woman's shirt that I had to check out for reasons, because if it's as bad as the signs and shit they're holding up, then oh my god, we are, I don't want to say in for a treat, but we're definitely in for something, as the website is called godhatesfags.com, and it is everything that you think it would be. It's just all God worshipping and tell you what you should and shouldn't do, and of course there's a whole section dedicated to the signs that you have seen in pictures of them holding. And these signs are they're bad. They're really, really bad. I mean, we start right off with abortion dooms nations, and last I checked, it's none of your business what a woman decides to do with her body, and then abortion is bloody murder. Again, I don't know why it bothers you so much when legally abortions can be done. There are also illegal abortions, as past a point you can't do them anymore, but as long as it's not a third trimester abortion, then it's completely fine. Then we have this one, AIDS is God's curse. And it took me a minute to be like, why are they saying this? But then I realized that a majority of the people that do come down with AIDS are homosexuals. I guess maybe because it's like mainly associated with homosexuality in this way, and it's just God's way of punishing them. Ali in hell. They get very disrespectful to some icons who are passed away, not because they did anything bad, but because they don't worship God or Jesus. Muhammad Ali was a Muslim, and he obviously didn't worship God. He wasn't a Christian. So that makes him bad, and he should burn in hell because of that, according to these people. Ali rejected Christ. Yes, again, probably because he was a Muslim. All lives are nothing before God. So basically what you're saying is that God's life comes before anybody. So say you have someone in your life who gets in this horrible car accident and they're not going to live. Are you just going to say, well, it was God's will, or are you going to try so hard to get them to live because there's someone that you absolutely care about? Or do you just care too much about God to not even give a shit? All nations shall worship God. No, all nations shouldn't worship God, because then that defeats the whole purpose of America being a free nation and being able to believe what you want without any control. Aretha in hell. This one didn't make much sense to me because she grew up in a Christian household and even would sing gospel in her church when she was younger. So I don't know why they're saying that she would die in hell. Maybe she was saying oh, this, that, and the other. I don't know. I couldn't really find anything. I was like, well, maybe it's like Muhammad Ali, where she is in a different religion and that's why. But if you look it up, Aretha Franklin was a Christian. Baby killer in hell, yes. If you get an abortion, apparently you're going to go to hell. Christ died to save some sinners, not all. No, I'm pretty sure he died for everyone's sins. Christ owns us in full. Oh, you mean like a slave? Christians caused abortion by winking at divorce, remarriage, and gays. This one's just so stupid. So apparently if you get married and you realize that it's not going to work out, Christians don't like it when you get divorced and remarried, by the way. There is a couple posts you'll see where they think if you're divorced and then you get remarried that it counts as adultery even though you're not with the person you were with before. So Christians are saying it's not okay to move on from your ex. They're basically just saying once you're married, that's it, done. You shouldn't get remarried again. And for some people that is the case. They get married once, they get divorced, and then they never want to get married again. But there are other people that will get remarried because now they feel like they found somebody better than their ex before them. So, yeah, they just get real weird with that too. And of course, the gay thing, we know that Christians hate gay people, it's no question there. Death penalty for fags. I laugh because it's just so ridiculous. Like, there are people out there who rape, who murder, who are child molesters, and you're worried about people just being gay and liking the same sex, and apparently that bothers you so much that you want them to die. You want them killed by the government. Divorce plus remarriage equals adultery. No, it's just called moving on with your life. And this one was... Don't worship the dead. I have a feeling that they put this one out right around the time Kobe Bryant tragically passed away in that helicopter crash. And people always point back to, well, you know, there's the whole rape allegations thing. I mean, I would guess that's why they're saying don't worship Kobe Bryant because this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, you know, he was a legend in basketball, inspired many, and, you know, that happened years ago, and like I said, it was thrown out because the woman against him just, you know, things she was saying weren't adding up to what was happening, and they were like, nope, this is bullshit, just call it off. This just comes off as disrespectful. Like the Muhammad Ali thing, and even Aretha Franklin, who recently passed away, and Kobe Bryant, it's like they posted those right around the time they died. Muhammad Ali died a while ago, but it just goes to show you that if they're not a person of God and they're not perfect, like if they've sinned just a little bit in their entire career, had these like allegations that were proven not true against them, but they were still, you know, allegations against them, then it makes them bad in some way, and you shouldn't want your kids or whatever to look up to that person because there's a bad influence for some reason. Like, it just really bugged me seeing that one too, because it's just like, man, it's disappointing that the man dies, people are mourning, people are remembering the good, you know, memories with him, and you're like, yeah, but remember that one time when this thing happened and he was found not guilty of it? Like, you know, remember that though? Let's not forget about that. It's like, no, since he was found not guilty, let's forget about it, because in the end, he didn't serve jail time, he didn't get in trouble because that's just what the court system thought. So yeah, in the end, this isn't to make fun or bash, you know, that of, you know, Christian religion. It's just, these are the types of religious people that I absolutely despise. Ones that think, oh, if you're not with God or you're not with Jesus, then, you know, you're going to go to hell, you're going to sin, and all this kind of stuff. And then just to blatantly insult homosexuals and saying things like getting divorced and remarried are bad, and, you know, just finding any little excuse to bash on somebody just because you don't agree with them, with how they live their life, is just shocking and disappointing. I know Christians who, you know, don't care what you are. If they're like, oh, you're gay, okay, cool, it's not my thing, but I'm not going to judge you. But again, then there's Christians like this that say death penalty for fags, and you're like, well, wait a second, what did that person do to you where you're so like, whoa, like, and then they'll just answer back with, well, they're gay, and it's like, okay, but how does that affect your life in any way, shape, or possible? Like, why is that any of your business in the first place? So, yeah, just don't be like this. At least have some sort of mind to understand where other people are coming from, and don't be a bigot. And that's where I'll leave off with that. But until then, stay safe out there, wear your mask, get vaccinated, and I will catch you all in the next one.